Bigger fish to fry, she'll feel as well. But a good run here at the Motor Super Series would be really special. As Steve West opens up for a 160. That's what we're talking about.
But again, advantage still the way of Fallon Sherik.
I was looking back to see the last time Steve had hit a treble 20. Well, he got one in the end. 140 there from Fallon. He's looking good to lead 3-2 and would have the darts in the next leg.
125. Fallon, you require 40.
Double 10 for the break.
Game shot on the fifth
this time,
leg.
Fallon Sherik does find that breaker throw she needs and will be throwing first for the match. Say a bit greedy.
105.
Yeah, it's just in the motion. He's just used to doing that. Tops for Fallon. It's a crucial tops. Fallon Sherik is up and running in a very good opening game. A very commendable performance there from Fallon Sherik. She looks super focused from the get-go. Plenty of work for Steve West to do. Plenty of contemplation as he walks up. But Fallon Sherik, 94.65. She means business. Very acceptable on the outer ring. Great start from Fallon. As we move on to game 2 after the break, it'll be Dan Lowby against Stephan Schroeder.
140.
One on Series 4, and we'll be looking to do the same.
No score.
But just put it into the double 15, so a bit of a chance here for Schroeder.
Yeah, I don't think think he was coming back after 18 darts, but that he does, and that was clinical and clean. 96 finish, bump. And Dan Lowby's deep in thought.
And the hardest double to hit is that last one. At double 2 here.
6. Danny required 24.
I'll stay quiet this time. He gets there in the end. It was a tale of missed opportunities. You can see the evident disappointment there from Stephan Schroeder. We did say that Dan Lowby is a bit of those players where it's brilliance at times. Really disappointing on the other one, but he gets there in the end. The real importance for Dan Lowby there in this Group B, the group of death that it's been labelled, was the 2 points, and he get it. The average is nothing to write home about. Both players will need to get better on doubles if they're going to get qualification. Huge game coming up. First time we're going to see Robert Thornton tonight. He plays Steve West next. He ain't finding his line and length tonight. There's the head shake again. Advantage Thornton.
Double 8 here. And it is very much advantage Robert Thornton. 2-1 up over Steve West.
You very rarely see him on the 16s and 8s, and last time I was here commentating on Robert, he never missed double 8 or double 16. He's going to get a dart at his beloved tops. Big moment in this match.
82.
Oh, and just the width of a wire away.
Stevie required 20.
So we couldn't quite tell.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
But that miss there afforded Steve another opportunity, and we do have a level game at 2 apiece.
It's 48 for the match. It was billed as one of the heavyweights.
Game
and Steve West gets over the line. He had his worries in the first game against Fallon Sherik. Didn't open too well there against Robert Thornton. But mid-match, he just began to find his range. His setup play was sensational in that game. He gave himself opportunities. And in the 5th leg, he just trickled in a double 6. And that was the difference. The average is so much better. Very competitive game, very enjoyable game. Steve West gets 2 points on the board. It's the unbeaten players next. It's Fallon Sherik against Danny.
No score. Danny required 94.
Decisions on 94. He's gone the old-fashioned route. Now he wishes he's gone straight for it. Double 18.
Game shot on the 4th.
That is Danny Lowby in 3 darts. Very good. Chance for Fallon Sherik. Big ask.
Double 18.
Game shot.
Big ask, as you say, but that is massive from Fallon Sherik. 144, and we are now into a 1-leg shootout. 118 required.
80.
Yes, the smiles in the comms box. This match in the end has had absolutely everything. So many twists and turns, so many trials and tribulations for Danny Lau, but in the end, Fallon Sherik with incredible relief to get over the winning line. It's Fallon Sherik who's kept their unbeaten run with 2 wins out of 2, but Dan Lauby will go back thinking, how on earth did I lose that game? And we will have to bounce back after that, but that will be a tough pill to swallow. The 1-4-4 from Fallon Sherik was absolutely sublime. As we welcome back, it's Stephan Schroeder up next against Robert Thornton. Play is just to lay up. And that's exactly what he's doing. 72 left. Oh, for double 18.
Game shot.
That is an incredible finish. The 1-3-2 is always a very special finish, but it's usually to do with the bullseyes and the treble 19s for
72.
Well, this would be for a 3-1 lead. Tops. And he really is deadly on tops.
It's down to that final part, but been an impressive few days. I think he'll be back here at the Motor Super Series as well.
71.
That, we're talking about setup players, is as good as it gets. Robert Thornton came into this game seeing the fact that Fallon's on a couple of wins, Steve West with a win, and now we have Robert Thornton with a win and an excellent performance to boot. The best average so far this week, a 98.18 from Robert Thornton. You could see how happy with the fist bump for Stephan Schroeder, a little scratch of the head there. Once again, he's still in those high 70 averages there. Still plenty of work for him to do, but Robert Thornton is now right in the mix. And look at the checkout ratio there. 4 from 4, a 1-3-2. Job well done, Robert Thornton. And after the short break, we'll be back with Steve West against Dan Lauby. So, he'll start on the 20s. Now it'll be 14 bull. Not even a thought of the treble. And that's the reason why, because he's so adept at that bullseye. We said we wouldn't see many 4-0 in this Group B, but Steve West has just done that. It was a ropey start to the night for Steve West, but he's just begun to get his mojo now, and he's sat really pretty at the top of the table with Fallon still to come. He was averaging well over 100 for the majority of that game. Just his scoring power deserted him near the end, but 4 from 6 on the outer ring. A very comfortable win for Steve West. And next up, it's the unbeaten Fallon Sherik. Again, tune in a little bit. You'll get well soon, my friend, and hope to see you back on this hockey very, very soon. I think that leaves double 14, and that's it, double 12. Let me think. Double 7. I was right the first time.
Game shot on the first.
Why does that happen when you're top?
Fallon Sher.
If Fallon was at the bottom, she's dying to smile now, I'm telling you. She is dying to smile, because when it goes your way, you just suddenly feel even better about it. For Stefan, he's playing his best dart at the moment. But as he's thrown his last dart in this match, as Fallon Sherik wants bull for the game. And what a finish that is from Fallon Sherik. She just seems to be on that roll tonight. 3 wins out of 3. Stephan Schroeder showed signs of improvement in that game. And hopefully good banter, good fun between them. But it's Fallon Sherik that takes a 4-1 victory. She was averaging very close to 100 for the majority of that game. Just petered off with a few missed doubles in one of the legs. But she'll take all them stats. The meaningful one there being the 4-1 victory and the 101 finish to boot. As we move on to the next game after the short break, it'll be Dan Lauby against Robert Thornton. The match just deciding the route to go.
Needs the ball.
Game shot.
And this time he does pin the ball. And that is a 4-2 win for Danny Lauby. Commiserations there to Robert Thornton. Just couldn't quite go over the line, but I think, the best performance that we have seen from Dan tonight, 91.65 average, and that does put him up on 4 points. That is his evening over, but do join us next for a match between Stephan Schroeder and Steve West.
Stage. And as I've spoken about many times, back home, this is where all the players want to be for darts like that. Well, at the beginning of the night, Steve West opened his campaign with a 160 finish. It's not to be for Stephan Schroeder. Chance for Steve West.
40. Stevie requires 28. Game shot
And the chance he
match.
takes, it was double seven in the
Steve
end. That was a tricky one after that second hour, but Steve West really came to the party after a pretty difficult start, but he dealt with it and he showed some fantastic darts, and overnight he ends up on 6 points. It's been a pointless night for Stephan Schroeder, but I think he's learned so much about himself and his game. He'll be back tomorrow with a smile on his face, and maybe, just maybe, he could play that spoiler role. But Steve West wins the match 4-1. It's the final match of the night, and what a good one it is. It's Robert Thornton against the unbeaten Fallon Sherik.
Welcome back, Steve West alongside me after winning his last 3 games tonight in Group B. Steve, just tell us how you think you've played tonight. How are you feeling?
I've been average, nothing better than average, and I'm lucky to get 3 out of 4, to be honest.
You demand a lot from yourself, don't you? You've been here before. You said you feel that you are one of, if not the best player outside the Pro Tour. So is that why you sort of feel that way, despite the results you've had tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the first game, I don't think I was ready for it. And Fallon played fantastic. There's no doubt about that, but I wasn't me. And I'll have to make that right tomorrow. But the other 3 games, I felt like I got away with a little bit, to be honest.
Can I just put the counterpoint to you about not being ready? Take a look at this that's going to appear on the monitor in front of you, the very first leg of the night. This is Steve West, not ready, 160 finish. I mean, you must have felt ready then.
Yeah, after that, I felt a bit, like, ready. But, like, you know, after that first leg, I thought, oh, you know, you can kick on, because I hadn't scored very well. And then taking the leg out in the 160 is a big check. It's nice, it's all good. But if you don't follow it up with scores, you're not going to win games. And I didn't.
You know all about the Super Series. You've been here many times, made the last 2 Champions Weeks. In this position in Group B, you're looking good to make it to the finals.
Yeah, but we've got another day yet.
And it's a tough Group B, isn't it?
It's a very tough group. I wouldn't want to be in it. I don't know why someone would ask to be in this group, because I don't want to be here.
What's the plan then between now and tomorrow?
It's late already, so get a good sleep. Come back tomorrow and just try and wipe the card. Just get through it.
In a strange way, winning 3 matches with admittedly not playing your best stuff, does that actually in a way give you confidence because you know there's much more in the tank?
Yeah, in a roundabout way. I mean, playing bad and still winning is always good, as you know, and anyone would know. But tomorrow I want to be better, and that's just what I demand of myself.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing it. Well done today. We'll see you tomorrow, and we've got one more match to come. It's Fallon Sherik against Robert Thornton. Fallon going for 4 from 4 to try and stop this man being top of the table.
Yeah, visibly not happy with the visit, but Fallon
No score.
and pulls it into the treble 20, busts again. Not too much damage done in the big scheme of things. But these kind of slips and frustrations, well, they're starting to tell.
96. Fallon, you requires 60.
Yeah, this time make sure plays it very safe.
Game shot on the
Yeah, and
fourth
does
leg.
pin the tops,
Fallon
and that is a leg
Sherik.
on the board. Didn't want 38. Does go straight for it.
Game shot on
And
the
there you
match.
have it.
Robert
Thornton does run out a 4-1 winner, does stop that run of Fallon Sherik. And that will see Steve West top the table overnight with Fallon Sherik also on 6 points. Averages there, we've got 83 for Robert Thornton, 84 for Fallon Sherik. Just a bit of a drop off, but 50% checkout percentage. That was the key for Robert Thornton. And he does run out a 4-1 winner and just keeps his hopes alive for tomorrow. And we can go over and we can join Chris Murphy on the stage.
Yeah, we've decided to stay up on the balcony instead. Glenn's come and joined me. What have you made of what you've seen tonight? Because you started the night by saying, look, this could be very difficult to filter 5 into 3. We might have lost one of them, but it's going to be hard to get the other 4 to 3, isn't it?
Yeah, I think beforehand I felt it was a little bit too much for Stephan Schroeder. Incredibly, he's back on the practice board downstairs, so he's absolutely loving the challenge right now. For me, it was trying to get 3 from 4. I think Dan Lowby was the one who was just a little bit erratic there. I thought Fallon was superb tonight. I thought she had real moments of class. Robert Thornton, when he's back against the wall, just seems to deliver, but got over the winning line in the end. Still none the wiser tomorrow, but seeing some real good quality tonight, and I just think tomorrow will go up another notch.
Has Stephan Schroeder picked up a bit of a poison chalice by playing well enough to get into Group B and run into one of the most difficult groups he could be?
But to be fair, that's what he wanted. You know, he could have gone into Group C, but he wanted the challenge. He wants to know where his game is, and fair play to him. You know, it's a good attitude to have, and I think he knows now that there's still plenty of work to do, but it's something for him to work on. And you can't buy that experience playing the legends up there on that stage. I think he's okay, despite the fact he's on 0 points.
Right, let's get confirmation of all 10 results from tonight's action. Glenn, in terms of significance, is that last one actually going to be the most important? Because Fallon would have been effectively through.
Yeah, we pretty much called it downstairs in a sense. That was a massive game for Robert Thornton. And like I say, he came out the traps really well. You know, he went 3-0 up and was looking for a mighty fine victory. He tightened up at the end there, but like I said, Robert Thornton's just one of those personalities. He's full of tenacity, he's full of fight. And like you see him getting over the line there against Stephan Schroeder, where he had a 98 average in that game. And that beautiful double at the end there for Robert Thornton means he's right in the mix tomorrow night.
Yeah, he certainly is, Robert Thornton. If we take a look at the table, you'll see what we've been talking about here, because it is very, very congested. 4 players, 2 points separating them, but only 3 can go through. Steve West stood where you're stood, and he's the one that's top of the table. You wouldn't have known it from that interview.
Yeah, I was pretty open and honest about it as well. He's just been simply too hard on himself. Whether it's a little bit of bravado in a sense that is just, maybe the others will watch this and there's plenty more in the tank. But we know that about Steve anyway. We know that there's more to come. And I thought it was a job well done for him, because it was a pretty ropey start. You know, other players could have gone downhill from there, but he didn't. He managed it. He gets 3 wins on the spin. Should be going on very happy. I'm sharing a house with him. I'm a little bit worried about going back.
I'm not letting you get away without this question either. If we take a look at the table again, who is going to go through? It's difficult to dissect, but come on, give us 3 names.
I'll no doubt from what I've seen tonight, the top 3 that are there, I think Dan Lowby has got moments of absolute brilliance, which is fantastic on a Saturday night as well for Dan Lowby. Just a little bit too erratic. And I'm talking fine margins here, but as it stands, Thornton, Sherik and West.
And maybe Martin Adams in Group C as well?
Absolutely. What a Saturday night that would be. And yeah, you get greedy when you're in the comms box a little bit, but that would be a mega night.
Now, David Evans, of course, made it through Group A earlier in the week. It's the last chance for players to qualify for Champions Week. It's Halloween next week. Is Evans kind of watching this, getting pretty scared in his hotel room?
Well, if he is, he certainly didn't take his duck, because I'm keep looking at that all the time there. But David Evans is the one who sat back, you know. I'm sure he's got a cigar in his mouth right now, but I'm sure he watched Group B tonight and went, oh dear. Because, you know, David Evans consistently was good, 28 points, fantastic. Didn't see the real magic from him, or is he saving it for Saturday night? That's why we love the Motor Super Series.
Yeah, Saturday night's going to be good, but it's going to be a thrilling Friday finale, isn't it? The running's going to be fantastic.
Both C and B, like I said, they've both got absolute drama written all over them. And yeah, come and join us and witness it all with us.
He said it. Well, do that. You can do it from 1 p.m. tomorrow for the conclusion of Group C. That's on the Motor Super Series YouTube channel. Then from 3 p.m, the run-in on Sporty Stuff TV. And again here at 10 for the run-in in Group B. We'll see you then.